The provisions of this section shall apply to determine the places of a supply of service, where the location of supply of service and the location of the recipient of, of service in India. The places of a survey, places of a supply of a service, except the service specified either in subsection 314 made to the registered person, shall be the location of a such person. Made to any person other than registered person, shall be the location of the recipients where the addresses on record exist. Location of the supplier of service in other cases, directly in relations to the immovable property board vessels, architecture, interior decorators, surveyors, engineers, and other related experts, estates agents, by a way of a lodging accommodation by of a hotel in the guest house, homestay, a club, or composites by the whatever name called in, including a house, a boat, or any other vessels by way of accommodation in any immovable property or organization. Any marriage, receptions, or matters related to their to official, social, cultural, and religious or business functions, including services provided to the relation to such a functions at other such a property or any ancillary service, shall be locations of which the immovable property or a boat of a vessel or the case may be located or intended to be located. And if the location of immovable property or a boat vessel is located or intended to be located outside India, the places of the supply shall be the location answer of the recipient. And if the immovable property is located in more than one state or UT, the proportion shall allocation among the states. Subsection 2 for the places of a supply of a restaurants and the caring services, personal grooming, ings, fitness, beauty treatment, health services, including cosmetics and plastic surgery, shall be the location where the service are the actually performed. Other section 12.5, the places of a supply service relating to the training and performance of appraisals to registered person shall be location of the such person. A persons other than registered person shall be location where the services as are actually performed. Sections 20 12 6, the places of a supply of a services provided by way of admission of a cultural, art, sporting, artistic, sporting, scientific, educational, entertainment, every or amusement park or any other places, a service ancillary there to the shall be the places where the event is actually held or where the park or such other places is located. 12 sevens, organizations of a cultural, artistic, sporting, scientific, education, or entertainment event, including supply of a services relation to a conference, a fair, exhibition, celebration of similar events, or a service ancillary to the organization of such types of events, and or assessing of a sponsorship of such events made to a registered person or made to be unregistered person. Event held or as a to understand help in multiple state, location of a state, location of the registered persons, or location of the where the register actually held, a location of the recipient or proportion of the allocation of the state. 12, the places of service by way transportations of goods, including by of a courier registered person, shall be the location of such persons. A person other than registered person shall be the location at which such goods handed over their transportations, provided that where the transportation of goods to be placed outside India, the places supply of such shall be destination of such goods. The places of a supply passenger transportation of service to registered person shall be location of such person or person other than registered person shall be the places where the passenger embarks on the convenience for the continuous journey, provided that where the right to passage is given for the future use, and the point of embarkations is not known at the time of issue, the right passenger at the place of a supply such a services shall be determined in accordance with the provisions of subsection 2. Section 1210, the places of a supply service on a board of convention, including the vessels on a aircraft. After aircraft, a train or a motor vehicle shall be location on the first schedules point at departures of that convenience or for the journey. Section 1211, the places of a supply telecommunication service, including data transfers as broadcasting cable yard and direct to the home television service to any person shall, in case of a service by way of a fixed telecommunication line, the leased circuits, internet leased circuits, cable or dish antenna, and the location where the telecommunication line leased circuits or cable connection or a dish antenna installed for a receipt of a service. In case of mobile connections, offer telecommunications and internet service provided on a post paid basis on the location of the billing addresses of the recipients of services on the recorded of the supply of a service. In case of where mobile connections or telecommunications internet service or a direct to the home television service are provided or a prepayment basis through a vouchers or any other means through a selling agent or a reseller or a distributor of a subscriber's identity module, and or a recharge voucher be addresses out of the selling agent or a reseller on a distributions as per the record of the supplier at the time of supply or by any person's final subscriber of the location where the such prepayment is received or such voucher are sold. In the other cases, addresses of recipient as per the records of the suppliers or for the services where such address is not available, the places of a supply shall be location of the supplier of service, provided that with the addresses of the recipient as per the records of the supplier of a service available, the places of a supply shall be location of the supplier of a service, provided further that the prepaid service is available on the research is made through interview, banking, or other electronic mode payment are the locations of the recipient of a service. Recorded of the supply of a service shall be the places of a supply of a such services. Section 12, but the places of a supply of a banking and other financial services include as bookings services to any person shall be the location of the recipients of a service. Records of the supplier of a service is provided that if the location of the recipient of a service is not on the records uh, of the such a places of a supply shall be the locations of the supplier of a service. Section 12(3), the places of the insurance service shall be the registered person location of the such persons or the persons other than registered person with location of the recipients of the not on the records of a supplier of service. The places of a supply advertisement service to the central government, a government, a statutory body, or a local authority meant for the state or union territory and identified in the contract or agreement shall be the taken on as a being in each of the such a states territories. The types of the advertisements, newspapers and publications, determination of allocation amount for the publishings, advertisements, editors, state unions, whichever is published through the printed material like pamphlets, leaflets, diaries, is calendar, t-shirt, etc. amount payable for the distribution of a specific or such a material in each state, union or territory. Advertisements and holdings other than those on trains, amount of payable for the holdings located in each state or union territory. Trains length of the railway track in each of such states or union territory for that train. On the on the back of the utility bills of a oil, gas and companies etc. amount of the payable for each of a state, union territory for each advertisements on a bills pertaining to the consumer savings billing addresses each state's union territory. The on railway tickets ratio, the number of railway station of each each of such states radio stations, the amount of payable of such radio station televisions channels are on a number of viewers published by the best of such channels in each state. UT figures for the last week of the quarter is used for the calculating viewerships for the succeeding quarters. If the viewerships of the relates to more than one of the states, ratio of population shall be used. Cinema halls amount payable to a cinema hall or a screens in a multiplex in each state's union territory over internet are deemed to be provided all over the India. Thus, appropriate all the states UT through the SMS based on the telecom subscriber in each state. The union territory, the telecommunication subscriber figures published by the TRI figures the last quarter will be the used for calculation the subscriber for each next quarter. That's we reach whether the figures less to the more than the states UT the subscriber figures the state shall be the calculated in the ratio of the population of the state.